Welcome to this special edition of CX Contact Center Showcase, and my special guest today, Sharon Melamed in Sydney, Australia. Welcome, Sharon.
Good day, everyone.
Nice to have you with us. And our showcase is we'll talk all the things about the tactics, techniques, technologies of BPO contact centers and related industries. So, Sharon, first and foremost, tell us about yourself and Matchboard.
Oh,
Who is Sharon and what is
yeah,
Matchboard?
yes. Well, they're very intertwined, but let me say I started my career in the BPO industry uh, decades ago as a Japanese-speaking call center agent, believe it or not, but pivoted very quickly into business development and went on to work for three BPOs. I guess the highlight of my career was really just with this Japanese BPO, which went on to go public. They're now on the Tokyo Stock Exchange and one of the most profitable BPOs in the world when I last checked. Um, and it was a very entrepreneurial journey. I went on to work for Serco and Cytel, which is now
Mm-hmm.
Foundever. Um, but really missed my entrepreneurial days at this Japanese BPO, and the freedom they gave me. I actually worked in 5 different countries, which was an amazing global experience. And so I decided to do something startup-ish, which was creating a middleman marketplace effectively for the BPO industry. And I saw many marketplaces out there from Airbnb to Uber to, on the consumer side,
Mm-hmm.
connecting buyers with um, suppliers of different services and products. But on the B2B side, and specifically in BPO, that uh, concept didn't really exist, at least in Australia. So, and Australia is my home ground, even though I have lived in several countries. Um, and I decided to start this company, Matchboard, which brings together the buy and supply side of the market. And that really came out of not only my background in BPO, but my passion for matchmaking. And let me explain.
But
I,
just before you go further, it's my
yeah.
understanding that Matchboard is a lot bigger than just the BPO sector. Am I correct?
Yes, that is correct. That was our
Okay.
origin and our original focus. But over the last 13 years, we've really grown into many adjacent sectors. So we now match the market for consulting services, technology products, data services, digital services, but all in that what I call customer space, customer niche.
Hmm.
Um, so that's our area of focus. BPO accounts for about 50% of our revenues.
Okay, excellent. And you say you've been running 13 years now, and I see you popping up on LinkedIn occasionally with some interesting stuff, and you've been a recipient of some rather prestigious awards, both in your personal capacity and your company. Won't you expand on that slightly?
Oh, well, thank you for the opportunity to mention
Mm.
these awards. Um, so, several years into the Matchboard journey, I got a tap on the shoulder from one of Australia's biggest banks, Westpac, which was celebrating 200 years in business. And they were commemorating that moment by announcing the 200 most promising companies in Australia. They called them businesses of tomorrow. And they said, why don't you apply Matchboard? Because we were a Westpac customer. I thought, well, no chance in hell of that one. But actually, we went on to join that inaugural cohort of 200 businesses, and that sort of got me onto the awards bandwagon. And since then, I've entered the business and myself in various award programs, and that's been really validating that we're on the right path and that we're adding value to the industry. Um, in the contact center world, the industry association in Australia, AusContact, runs the top 100 influencers, and then we have CX Network, the top global influencers. And I've been very humbled and proud to be part of those cohorts.
Wonderful. It means that you're certainly on the right track, both personally and as an entrepreneur and a visionary. Now, take us a little bit further into Matchboard because I was intrigued, and when it popped up on LinkedIn, your BPO Exchange event coming up very soon. Won't you elaborate on that? Because I find that very interesting, and I'm quite sure that viewers in my network would be very keen to understand more about it. So,
Oh, certainly.
over to
Yes.
you.
Well, Matchboard's core business is this matchmaking platform, but aside from that, we run a bunch of events which bring the buy and supply side of the market together. And the BPO Exchange event, which you mentioned, is being held in October on the 23rd in Sydney, Australia. And it is the first time, to my knowledge, that there's been an event which is catering purely to the BPO ecosystem. And when I say ecosystem, it's not only the BPOs themselves, but it's also all the consultants, analysts, investors, influencers, solution providers that partner with BPOs, that there are a whole range of companies, not to mention the industry bodies and the government bodies in different markets that have a stake in this industry. So it's a 1 day event. We've got a huge range of speakers lined up, and I did my research to see what the market actually wanted to hear. So we
Mhm.
surveyed almost 30 BPOs to find out what other hot topics they'd love to get in an event like this. And perhaps you can guess the top one, Rod. Don't mean to put you on the spot.
No. Top one, business development. How do we win new business?
Yes.
AI. AI. I wasn't going to say AI, but
Okay.
I'm sure
Yes.
it's there. The
You're
impact
on
of
the right
AI
track.
on BPO. Yeah. Over
Yes.
to you. Back to
So,
you.
well, the top one was really business development related, as you predicted, which is hearing from the buy side of the market how they want to work with BPOs, what they're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have speakers from Qantas, from Optus, which is the second biggest telco in Australia, and three other big brands that cover onshore, nearshore, and offshore perspectives, um, as well as a variety of operating models. Because within BPO, there are different models. There's, the managed service, traditional outsourcing. There's the staff leasing. There's the joint ventures. There's the design, build, operate, transfer. So this collection of speakers that we've assembled really covers all of that. And as you pointed out as well, AI, huge topic. How is that going to impact the future of the BPO industry? And there are very divergent schools of thought about that. So it won't be quite a debate, but it will be very interesting to get different perspectives. And a little secret I'll give away to your listeners is that
Mm-hmm.
we are going to hear first from what AI predicts the future of the BPO industry is going to be. Then we're going to hear from the so-called analysts and consultants who
Mm-hmm.
are on the outside. And in the third perspective, we're going to invite some volunteers from the audience to take the place of those panelists, come up on stage and say what their perspective is as BPOs. So we will really hear the full circle picture about the crystal ball of this industry,
Oh,
which
to be
is,
a fly on the wall at your event.
yeah. And interestingly, that one of the other hot topics, I'll just mention this last one, is M&A. So it's something that's sometimes the elephant in the room. People don't like to sort of put it out there that they'd consider an offer or they're looking to acquire. But we'll actually have an M&A expert who is from South Africa, believe it or not, and he lives in Australia now. He's done more than 20 M&A transactions in the BPO
Mm-hmm.
space, and he will be revealing all his secrets about how to optimize your BPO for the best deal, the best, most profitable transaction, how you need to present, which private equity companies are in the market to invest, and lots
Wow.
more.
Oh,
what
and
multiples are
and
standard
you're
now.
gonna get this all into one day.
Oh, it's going to be a packed agenda
I can
because we
see
do have
that.
some people coming from overseas, so we want to maximize their time here, and condense everything. So I can't tell you how much I'm looking forward to this event.
Sharon, just out of interest, other offshore locations like Fiji, Philippines, etc., are they participating and promoting their locations?
Well, that's the idea. We've got a section where each country will have an opportunity to participate. And present, but there will be some sponsorship dollars involved.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes, we're working on that right now, but we already have I think nine international BPOs who've registered uh, to come along. So we will get their perspectives as well.
Wonderful. And I would assume that the output from this, will you be publishing a white paper, a series of articles with outcomes and some of the insights?
Uh, we'd love to do all that. Now, it is a few months away, so we haven't completely finalized all the plans,
Mhm.
but a white paper would be a logical uh, output to capture all the findings from the day. And we will also have present a PR guru, um, and he he is going to hopefully get us some coverage in the media on this event. Um, Something he will be talking about is quite interesting, and it might sound like old school, but I believe it's actually new school. Is how to get your BPO brand in the media.
Ah,
Um,
good point.
because with what the reason I say new school is with AI overviews and ChatGPT, what these engines look for is where your brand is mentioned in reputable sources. And while not all media outlets are reputable, they
Mm,
are often quoted as sources in these engines. And so it's never been actually more important to have a PR strategy. Um, and we're going to address that at the event.
wow. Well, I just wish I could be there because it sounds like a fascinating event, and certainly you're covering all the hot topics in the industry. Um, I'll put your contact details, if I may, in the description below and also in any supporting postings that we do. And hopefully, through our respective networks, you'll get some additional participation as sponsors and technology sponsors and destination sponsors. And I'll be watching very carefully what you do there because the more you talk about it, the more I think that we something that we should be doing here, not only in South Africa, but also through, you might be aware of the work we're doing with the Africa Federation of GBS associations. We now have 12 country national bodies part of our federation, and we'll be promoting driving BPO into Africa as a whole because we believe that we have the labor, we have the skills, we have the language skills. So onwards and upwards, Africa and Australia. So, Sharon,
Absolutely. Yes. And
um,
certainly we'll be giving a shout out to Africa as the new frontier that the Australian market should keep an eye out for as things progress.
well, in the fullness of time, perhaps this time next year when you do a repeat, I hope we will be able to have formal representation of our federation and bring Africa to Australia. So, any last words from your side, Sharon?
Uh, just that I would absolutely welcome participation from South Africa, where I know you have many listeners, Rod, to really convey the African and South African, particularly, proposition to the Australian market because it has been a little quiet here on that front for some time. So
Hmm.
I really think this is a great opportunity to combine it with perhaps some other business meetings and make the big trip down under.
Excellent. Well, I look forward to. I'll certainly be in your side of the world. First quarter of next year, I'll be there.
We
Watch
look
this
forward to
space.
hosting you. Thank you, Rod.